Peter D. Kramer. That's how I know you.
Yes.
Hi, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
I always think of you with your full name as an author.
Yes.
Peter D. Kramer.
Yes.
So that's, but I can call you Peter, I assume, right? Or do most people call you Doctor?
This was a big thing with my second book. I had an editor who said
Yes.
there are no serious writers with middle initials. That if you're going to be an author, drop the D.
That is
And it was
astonishing. F.
touch and
Scott
go.
Fitzgerald. Well, that's not a middle, I guess.
Yeah.
J'ai ouvert mes deux yeux, ce matin et soudain tu n'es plus ici. En allant aux toilettes, je te demande où chien, mais tu l'as volé.
I was in Denmark at a psychopharmacology conference, and I had been asked in bookstores, what would happen if Van Gogh had taken Prozac? And I thought, seriously,
Yes.
what if someone, suicidal, deeply depressed, what if, what are we doing? This is a pharmacology conference.
Yes.
What is our intention if it's not to
treat.
ameliorate serious disorders?
It's a weird question, right? Because it lacks empathy, right? To this, it's like you care so much about Starry Night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Starry Night, and which likely lives on a magnet on your fridge. Like, you know what I mean? This
Are we going
size.
to titrate this? Like, what amount of suffering is a good trade-off for Starry Night?
Maybe part of the reason that there's still, while we do call it a disease, and we in some ways treat it as one, behaviors associated with depression, I believe, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but happen to have some overlap with things that we hold romantic, like in the West or something, like pensive.
No, there's this
alone.
wonderful history of melancholy and sort of sublimity. The people who are more sensitive and more perceptive, and there's sort of this periodic embracing of melancholy, which of course is easier to do if you can't do anything about it.
Yes.
I think the beauty of psychotherapy, pharmacology, whatever's gone on in the past 100 or more, the past 50 years, is that we really can alter things that human beings could never alter.
Right.
To say something about depression, and this is a bit of a stump speech,
Yeah.
the sort of modal depressed person is not a poet. It is
exactly.
single mother who is underemployed, married the wrong person, got less education than she should have gotten. This is a very destructive disorder to have, and it's one of the few chronic recurrent illnesses that starts very young and then is just persistent. So it disturbs normal development repeatedly. So that, it's not really that we're mostly dealing with Van Gogh or Kierkegaard, whatever their diagnoses are. We're dealing with people who are just being dragged down and not let up at all.
It's interesting because for this particular series, and since we're talking about depression, I'm literally attempting to romanticize my own depression, like put it on film, you know what I mean? Also,
although I have to say, I think you do a good job in the book. I think
great.
it's clear that you're bearing a burden, and that you recognize that other people who might be bearing that burden are, need something, a little something. In therapy, I think that it's possible to be charmed by people's suffering.
This is huge, okay? Sorry, I just have to break in,
Do
okay?
it.
This was a huge insight, and I changed my approach in therapy as a patient as a result.
Yeah.
Okay, because obviously I used to go in there and do a gorgeous 45 minutes, and then just really juice it up and make it quite philosophical.
Yes.
Okay, and this was the problem. Like I think they sort of saw me as like, you're doing fine,
Yes.
you're doing fine, like you're being interested, like you're grappling with the. And then I would go home and be in a very inactive, uninteresting. So I realized, I don't feel like they're feeling that the situation is dire enough, okay, because of me creating this salon hour with them each week. And so then I actively brought down the charm and tried to speak from how I felt when I would be at home.
Right.
And one of them would consistently fall asleep. you think that, just for my own
Yeah.
flattery, do you think that like, Freud or even better, maybe Jung, okay? Do you think like those guys like think I'm pretty fabulous? Like, do you know what I mean? Like if I went in there, like, okay, like I'm not that interested in like charming, like, the average like fool. But do you think they'd be like, she's oh.
No, right, no.
You don't, you see.
No, I think they would see conformity to that ideal as another form of resistance. You know what I mean? I think that there's no winning on that one.
This has been How to Weep in Public, today with Peter D. Kramer, author of Ordinarily Well and a few other books that you should check out. Sorry, I fucked up.